day of COP30 raise or dash hope? Welcome to What's on the Streets of COP30 here in Belém. I am Kome Odomo. Last year we were with you in Azerbaijan for COP29, and today we're here in Belém to see how far this COP has gone, seeing that COP24 was the hottest in the season so far. The stage is set. Registrations are ongoing, and we see from where we are, we're here to capture the scenes where hopes and woes of the talk by highlighting aspects of this particular COP and the consequences for the global climate diplomacy. Tension is rising following the last Friday's Leaders Summit, giving Brazil contradicting role in championing climate action while advancing more of exploration. We increasingly see the shifting of climate burdens on vulnerable global south in light of vulnerable emission reduction. How far will the world focus on climate adaptation rather than fictional mitigation? At this COP, what are the innovative techniques that may be used to address climate change? And what could be the pros and cons of this COP? Let us find out as we speak to different participants here in COP30. Let's go.
I think that adaptation must be not just results, not just numbers. I think that it has to be a human commitment, and does have to be part of this COP. It's a really important point for me because I'm a young woman that is indigenous in Bolivia, and I am here to talk about that. I'm here that they can think about us because it's not all of them, it's about everybody. We are here, we are from Latin America, so it's a very big opportunity for us. I just was speaking with other Latin American people that are from the same group, and it's a big opportunity for us to be here, and that the COP and everybody of the world that are interested in this are here.
There are many ways to look at the issue of having adaptation on the first day of the COP. To start with, adaptation has been on the back burners, not on the front burners, but that's what really the vulnerable communities and territories need, because people are forced to adapt to the climate crisis they did not cause. But because mitigation allows a lot of false solutions like geoengineering, carbon offsets, and those do-nothing solutions, the powerful nations always prefer to talk about mitigation and to put money in mitigation. But the adaptation that affects those who are really suffering has very little attention. So I think Brazil has been strategic to ensure that this comes first. But then even Brazil itself is a nation that has promoted what they call tropical forest forever facility, which is a false idea and false solution. So will adaptation receive the attention it needs? Well, let's watch and see. I don't think it's going to get as much traction as it should. Things like, we've heard sometimes about loss and damage. We hear about it and then it fizzles out. Adaptation is not a thing that the polluters really want to invest in, but they should be forced to invest in it.
For me, adaptation is one of the most fundamental things that we talk about at this COP and just in general, because I think especially as we turn to implementation and think about where we're all going and what we need to be doing, the climate impacts are being felt by everyone, everywhere in the world. And I think in the United States, there are so many communities that are wrestling with wildfires, with floods, with all of these things. And whether or not we have to talk about it in a climate context, it's clearly adaptation and increasing resilience that is what we need. So, I think the fact that we have a global community that's recognizing that a lot more than they ever have before is a good thing. And, I've been focused more in this space, in the pavilion space, because I think that fundamentally, a lot of the solutions are going to come from the ideas and innovative work that's happening here. I think it's good that they have emphasized it. And when I've heard the COP president, COP CEO talk, they've said for them, adaptation is one of the fundamental things that needs to come out of this COP. And I think as we look ahead to the COPs that are coming, both potentially an island COP and an Africa COP to follow that, both of those, adaptation has to be at the top of those agendas. So.
You've seen the cost approach which people are using as mitigation processes and adaptation for the communities. We will continue to bring you information and details from COP30 here in Belém. Till we come your way again next time, I remain your host, Kome Ojomo. Thank you.